So Tom,
We'll have more than 2 minutes. Hello.
the first big question I'll ask is, how is life as a UFC champion?
Same as it was before, mate. Exactly the same. No difference. Absolutely no difference.
No more recognition in public saying,
Yeah, I get that every fight though. Maybe a little bit more this time than usual, but yeah, it's great. It's great to get public recognition and stuff. I really appreciate it, but yeah, it's just the same as usual. Life's the same. I still go to the gym every day. Still take my kids to school. I'm in the routine. Yeah, just normal life, mate.
When did the sort of buzz of the win die down? I don't know if it was when you came home, got back to training like you say, or did it sort of last a few days?
It took me about a week, I reckon, to it's not just a buzz, there's a lot of feelings go on. It's mainly relief with me. Like, I'm just relieved that especially when like I have a fight like that, I didn't get knocked out off the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division. I didn't get injured. I'm still good, and yeah, I'm just relieved that everything went well.
I saw a good clip of you talking about your son and how he sort of reacted to the win. What was that like coming home? I don't know if he can sort of grasp like the magnitude of the situation.
Yeah, he does get it. He definitely gets it. It's just a child's mind, and it's good in a way. I really like it actually. I don't want my kids making a big deal out of me. It's better just to be normal. And yeah, they were happy that I won and stuff, but we just crack on as normal. Do you know what I mean? Everything's good.
What did he say when you saw the big shiny belt?
He had a picture with it. Passed it to my other kid. He dropped it, nearly broke it. But mate, that's kids for you. That's kids. They're happy with it, but it's not like the main thing in their life. Do you know what I mean? They're happy for 5 minutes and then they want to do their thing. So it's all good.
And how is the back doing? I know you said people were sort of surprised when you said that after the fight. You're like, oh, you did your back in. How is it now?
Well, it kind of slipped out of that. I weren't really supposed to mention it, but I was very happy and relieved at the time that I spoke about it. So, you know, sometimes I say the wrong thing, and yeah, it's not an injury. Like, it's not like I need surgery or I need to do rehab and see the physio. It's not that. I pulled my back, that's all. And for a few days there I couldn't walk, and that's the way it went. It wasn't like, yeah, it's not a serious injury. I don't need to go and have surgery next week and do a 6-month rehab program or anything like that. I pulled my back in training. Anyone who, you know, trains or does any kind of sport, or maybe not, but everyone's pulled the back before. That's what happened, and it happened in the most inconvenient time. But it's good, and now it's fine. There's no issues with it. It's still pulled a little bit, but I can train every day like normal, so I'm happy.
What was the first sort of thing you said to yourself when that happened? Were you like, oh my god?
I was thinking about, I've just agreed to the fight like 1 or 2 days before, and I'm going to have to ring them up and tell them that I can't fight, and it's going to look like the worst thing ever. But luckily that didn't happen, and I managed to get through it. Thank God.
Are you surprised that so soon after a win people were saying, oh, what's next? Obviously it's the interim belt, you want to be undisputed. Are you surprised that people were like, we want you back, or almost ASAP?
That's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, like, it's great. I really appreciate that people want to see me fight again. Like, if people don't want to see me fight, then I'm out of a job, basically. And it's nice that people want to see that. That's the way it goes, mate. I learned that a long time ago. Like, MMA is like, one's over, you enjoy it for 5 minutes, when's the next one? And that's the way it works. And a lot of the time, mate, like, we don't have answers. Like, I'd love to know when I'm next fighting, but for a few months I'm expecting not to know, which is why I kind of stay ready all year round, just in case.
I remember it was in March, I believe, a few months before your comeback, and you were at Leon's fight, and everyone was always asking about Jones. You're like, I'm going to fight Jones, but obviously just not yet because you haven't even returned yet. Now it's a case of you're like, I'm the best active heavyweight in MMA, and you know you can beat him. How has that sort of changed in that sort of 6-month period?
Well, I always knew that I have the best skill in the heavyweight division. I just didn't prove it yet. And in my opinion, even though I've got a title now, I've still not proved it. Like, I've got a lot more work to do before I'm anywhere near satisfied. I want to beat the best of all time. No disrespect to Jones, no disrespect to anybody else. If people are classing this guy as the best of all time, and I've got a short window to do it before he retires, the same goes with Stipe. I want to prove myself. That's what I want to do, and you know, I'm getting, you know, some hate from people saying, oh, you shouldn't do this, you should be fighting contenders. Mate, I've got all the time in the world to fight contenders. I've got another 10 years left to fight contenders. Right now I've got a really short window to prove myself against guys who people are saying are the best of all time. Give me my shot. Do you know what I mean? And give me the chance. I want to be the best of all time, and I want to take it from them guys. And I have as I said, I'm going to be around for a long time yet. Them guys aren't. So I want to do it while they're still around.
Does it seems quite weird because when Dana was asked about it, he's like, no, Stipe's next. Obviously, he's not won a fight since I think it was August 2020.
Yeah.
Does it seem like even though you've won this, there's no chance of almost derailing the UFC sort of plan for Jones?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm obviously speaking on selfish terms, and I'm saying what I want, and what I want is an opportunity to fight the best of all time. As far as what the UFC want to do, I don't know. I'm not. That's not my job. I don't know. But I know that my job is to get fights, to win fights, to beat these guys, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Is Stipe a more difficult fight than Cyril Gane?
I think they're all tough fights at the minute, mate. Like at the minute on the rankings, I'm ranked #1 in the world, and I think that if you're in the top 10 in the world, mate, you're good. Like you're really good. We can all beat each other on any given day. Do you know what I mean? There's not that much between us all, especially with the little gloves. Like we have tiny gloves and we're massive guys, so anything can happen at any time. There's no fight that I look at and be like, he's the easier guy. He's the before I got in the rankings, yeah, there was an element of that. Not all guys are as skilled as the other ones, but anyone in the top 10, especially top 5, they're all amazing.
Do you understand it though? Because people were saying, look, Stipe's not fought, or not won since sitting. Think where you were in August 2020, like a very different fight. You're much better now. Do you understand that people go, oh, I want to see someone who fights someone that's more active? Or do you disagree with them? Say, look, he's the best heavyweight there's been.
I think he's the best heavyweight ever. I'm a massive fan of Stipe, and Pete, mate, this is what I'm learning now. The more popular I get, and the more interviews I do, and the more stuff I do in public, etc. People are always going to have a problem with something. Like you can beat everybody there is to beat. You can say everything there is to say. Someone's always going to say, this isn't right, this isn't right. People are always going to nitpick what you say and do and stuff like that. And that's their opinion, mate. That's their opinion, and I just want to do what's right for me. And what I would like to do, me personally, is have their names on my resume, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Jon Jones has got arguably a flawless record inside the octagon. A lot of UFC fighters make their sort of opinions well known of how they feel about him outside. Did you pay any attention to the stuff he's done outside? Or do you just look at him strictly as an athlete?
That's irrelevant to me. That's his personal life. I wouldn't want anyone to judge my personal life, so I try not to judge anybody else's. You got to remember what we've seen is media reports only. What actually happened. I know from personal experience the media can change stuff that didn't actually happen and create a narrative to make it look like it happened. So, but irrelevant to that, that's his personal life. I judge him as an athlete. I think he's amazing as an athlete. As a person, I ain't trying to be friends with him. I'm trying to fight him and get what he's got. So yeah, I don't judge that. Like opponents for me, whether they're a nice person or not, we're going to fight either way. So it doesn't really matter what he's done in his personal life.
Was it quite ironic to hear Cyril Gane say, oh, I don't want to fight Tom, and now you've got a belt, he's probably all in on a fight with you? It's
pretty ironic, mate. He loves trying to do the most little work and get the biggest reward possible, which I understand. I do as well. Yeah, it's very strange that I've called him out for a long time, and then as soon as I get the title, he wants to fight me. But we'll see what happens. We're going to fight each other one day, so yeah, all good.
I saw a good clip, a good picture, on your Instagram of you taking the belt to your granddad. I believe he sadly passed in May.
Yeah.
Was he a big fight fan? I'm sure he's very invested in your career, but I know obviously your dad's a coach. Was he did this tradition go on in your family, or how was your granddad?
Well, he was a sports fan in general, so he loved all sports. But obviously, like with me being involved and my dad being involved, he was like massively into MMA as well. He didn't know everybody, do you know what I mean? But he definitely tuned into all my fights, all my press stuff that I was doing and stuff. So yeah, it was a shame that he wasn't around for it, but I'm sure he's going to be looking wherever he is now. Like none of us know where we go when this life's over, but wherever he is, I'm sure he's happy with it.
Finally, you're one UK champion. We've got another competing very soon. Leon's taking on the hated Colby Covington by a lot of fans over here. I'm guessing you think Leon's going to get the job done. How do you think he does it?
Yeah, I definitely think he can win. I definitely think he's going to win. I think that Leon, he's just a slick operator, man. He just fights with his brain, which is great. Like that, I think that's amazing. I think that Leon's just going to outsmart him. I think that he might have got taken down a few times in the fight. You know, Colby's a great wrestler and stuff, but I think that he's going to walk into something. I think that Leon's going to set traps as he does, and he's going to catch him before the 5 rounds is up, and he'll finish him.